Howdy, hey. Howdy, hey, everyone. You're all doing well. Congrats on first, Yuffie. Also, thank you for the sub and the 55 streak. Crazy. Also, thank you everyone who has contributed to the 18 and up terrible fanfic reading. We're almost there. And OMG, hi, Daddy. Wow, we just hit it. Oh my god. Who was the final one? Is there a way to tell? OMG, hi, Daddy. Hi, Mama Lackery. Howdy, hey, Dr. Doggo and Yuffie. Was it you, Wolfric? Did you get the final? That's so funny. That's so funny. Alright. I will try and get that done. I'm thinking possibly Saturday. I want to give that to y'all, like, as soon as I can. But I am in a lot of pain today. There are storms moving in, and so it's just not feeling the best right now. So I'm trying to be a little lower energy. Oh, that's MSQ. I was looking for my dog. Oh, I could. It's also the Little Ladies' Day thing. I don't know if y'all want to sit there and watch me cheer, though. If anyone has suggestions for any terrible fan fictions, I am totally willing to give them a little review. Okay. I'm like having a moment over here. I'm so sorry. Anyway, if you have any terrible fanfic suggestions, I am totally down to look at them. But I am definitely going to be doing some of my own research. Off the record, Yumitra seems to be having trouble making headway with her research. Yumitra, I searched through the usual histories, but found scant mention of Sari. 'Tis as Prin had said, records of his existence have all but been expunged. Prin, and since my own knowledge is limited to the day I was stored away, we must rely on those lost Aladdin records and that escaped the purge. Yamitra, my colleague, Rambroes, may be able to help us there. Hardly a day goes past when his team does not lift some forgotten treasure from the ruin of Mordona. Shall we pay him a visit? All right. Um, But yeah, not feeling the best today, so I'm kind of low energy. I was eating, trying to finish up my dinner while getting stream ready and everything. How's y'all's day been? I feel like it's been a week of Mondays for me. I was 30 minutes late to work, and then while I was driving to work, I went to take a drink of my protein shake and forgot that I had already taken the lid off of it. And so I just splashed protein drink all over myself and my car and just everything. Rembro Yumitra has informed me of your search, and I shall be certain to contact you should our discoveries include any mention of this sorry. There may, however, be a swifter way to acquire the information you seek. I know of a certain merchant who collects undeciphered tombstones with even greater zeal than the sons of Saint Coinage. Yumitra, you speak of Rowena. Rambrois. Aye, we have formed something of a symbiotic relationship with her consortiums. In return for financing our excavations, we provide Rowena with a section of our finds. I'm sure you would find her amenable to a request for assistance. After all, you would merely need to borrow her tombstones for a time, yes? Here, I've pinned a letter with my own personal reassurances that her stock will be returned none the worse for wear. Right? I thought I had my posse out with me. I put her on defender stance so she can be my guard chocobo. All right. So pretty. Yuffie has been imparting all sorts of Final Fantasy XIV information onto Nox. And he's been quite enjoying it. So been telling him about how like actual 1.0 had to be nuked and like all that stuff, and there are some people's characters that were transferred from actual 1.0 to A Realm Reborn, and they have a very special tattoo on their body. And like that's really cool. You hardly ever see them, but they've been with the game from the very beginning when it was unplayable. So, and they did a special tattoo for that. So anyway, Rowena, what can I do for you? So you've the backend of old Rambrois, huh? Hydrate or die straight? Well, I suppose it wouldn't hurt to lend you some of my tombstones. In fact, I'll do you one better and let you borrow the transcripts, courtesy of the scribes at the ironworks. As books, they're a damn sight heavier, but you don't need fancy machines when it's all pinned down in ink and parchment. Give me a summary of the contents when you're finished, and I'll consider that as payment. Collectors will part with more coin if they know what they're getting, and my time's too precious to waste on reading ancient history. Yumitra, consider it a deal, Rowena, and thank you. Well, Willow, shall we get back to it? Or get to work, sorry. I'm so tempted to play Triple Triad with Rowena right now. I won't do it. I won't do it. Even though I really want to. Won't do it. Where'd you go, girlie? There she is. Yumitra. Fancy that. I've barely begun skimming the very first volume, and there are already some promising passages. Let us wake Prin and share our findings, shall we? Nidus has abandoned you for bed? I'm sorry. Yumitra. Ah, Rumbroes. Have you come to check on our progress? This charming tome is Principia, a sentient familiar of ancient Alid. Prin, a pleasure to meet you, Master Rumbroes. Pray call me Prin, if you prefer. A wild Kangaskhan appears. Rumbroes. Thank you, Prin, and might I say what a privilege it is to meet such a rare and clever construct. Yumitra. Clever? Well, yes, apparently Prin was written that way. In fact, we were just hoping to hear an opinion on a new snippet of information I've uncovered. It was an order listed in a record of Imperial military communications, commanding that the fruits of the Master Summoner's research will be seized. It appears that the army had more than a passing interest in Sari's experiments. Rembrandt. What exactly was the purpose of this research? Prin. Master Sari toiled to wed summoning magics with aetherochemical technology. For example, he experimented with replacing grimoires by mechanical mediums and sought to manifest eddy of greater authenticity by utilizing high-speed computations. Rembrandt. Simply put, he turned to machines to enhance traditional summoning methods. Is that the gist of it? Prin. Correct. But Master Sari was never one to abuse the success of his experiments, no matter how they manifested or magnified his power. He would not place his trust in machines. Their inherently complex nature was too prone to error, he said. That's so based. Yumitra. The dates on these communications indicate a time in the latter half of Sari's life. Is it possible something could have occurred between crafting you and the execution of his order that may have greatly altered his summoner's outlook? Prin. There was, of course, the violent wave of anti-summoner sentiment that swept through Alid. It claimed the lives of many of Master Sari's disciples. Following their deaths, he began spending much of his time cloistered within his laboratory. Rembrandt. Such an incident could certainly be responsible for changing a man, and Principia, you were aware of subsequent events once you fell into slumber, yes? Demetra, from what we learned so far, 'tis safe to say that the foe we encountered is related to Sari's research in some way. And there are likely more clues buried in these records. I shall speak with Captain Wolf and ask to borrow the sharp minds of his summoner squad. 'Tis a rather intimidating pile to tackle on your own. Rembrois, well, seeing as you have the transcripts, there is no need to travel far. You are welcome to make use of my tent and the reference materials on Aled found therein. Yamitra, that would be an enormous help. Thank you. Let's haul these books to the dig site, shall we? Congrats on catching the Genghis Khan, youth. Deeper and deeper we go. Where will all this lead us? He's really pretty. Sorry. And I don't know, he has like a very serene, gentle face. I think that there's like, well, obviously, it's like gonna be a lot deeper than that. Yumitra, our summoner colleagues arrive with a swiftness after I relayed to them our quest. 'Tis well to see them recovered from their injuries. With everyone pitching in, we stand a good chance of finding something useful. Jaja Samu. Ah, here's the butter I was looking for. This is a record of when military finally caught up with Sari. Says here the summoner was found dead, killed by someone else, it seems. Love you too. Crispin. Then we have proof of the original Sari's demise in the Third Astral Era. Now, there remains the question of who or what attacked us in this age. Denise, my coin is on one of those clone creations. Is there aught more to the story, Lieutenant? Jaja Samu. Aye, it goes on to describe how the Imperial Army took over Sari's research, lauding his experiments as exceptionally dangerous but ripe with potential applications. They shifted operations to an artificial island soon after and began practical testing. One cataclysmic accident later, though, and that was the end of that. Yamitra, this artificial island must be a reference to Seal Rock, the very site of our encounter with the present-day Sari. During the battle, my creator's simulacrum exhibited the ability to summon multiple Eggi simultaneously, as well as manifest high authentic phasmals of flesh and blood entities. The basis for every one of these unorthodox techniques can be traced back to Master Sari's research on or into machine-enhanced summoning. Crispin, I'd say we have enough evidence to support a working theory then, namely that the Aladdin military was using a clone of the deceased Sari to perform hazardous experiments, tests which explored the feasibility of electrochemically bolstered summoning magics. Do I remember what I packed for lunch on Monday? No. No. I don't remember. Maybe a baked potato? I don't know. Crispin. Oh, Denise. And when we landed on Seal Rock, we must have somehow awoken the remnants of those experiments. Yumitra. Mayhap we have solved the mystery of who the attacker was, but now we would know the place to where he fled. What refuge exists for such a being? What we had for dinner on Monday? I think we all had to fend for ourselves. Jaja Samu. From what I can gather, the results of Sari's work were bundled off to some secret laboratory called the Ether Chemical Research Facility. Denise, you know this place, miss? Is it far? Crispin. Isa's Law? If that's where they were keeping Sari's research, then it's possible the clone may have headed there. Denise, our squad will fly back to the sealed rock and make further investigations. The relics of the past may hold some hint we haven't yet considered. Yumitra, an excellent idea, thank you. We shall return to Gridania for the time being. I want to say you had some type of beans. I really don't remember, Boo. I'm sorry. Off to... I have to go to the village. I'm about to have to do a dungeon. I'm trying to catch up on your food journal. Fair. I need to do my food journal too. Such a pretty little space over here. Yumitra, I've received an update from Captain Wolf regarding their investigations on Seal Rock. It would seem that certain of the Aladdin relics have shown signs of recent activation. The mechanisms were too heavily damaged to offer more in the way of useful information, however. I fear we must brave this Aza's Law facility and search for Sari ourselves. Is that what he was hoping for when he said, "I will be waiting"? Prin, it is possible. I did not think the detail important at the time, but the look engaged by Master Sari's simulacrum was not of the strictest tier. Rather, the seal is one which fades upon the sealer's demise. Yumitra. Oh. Hydrate, or die straight. Yumitra. Then he was goading us into fighting and defeating him? Another challenge? Or is it simply a trap? I am not fond of rushing into the unknown. Gird yourself for the worst, Willow, and I will learn the present circumstances of the research facility. I also need to schedule my appointment with my dietitian. Dimitra, I've learned all there is to be learned about the research facility. The time has come to make our move. From what my sister and her colleagues have told me, the laboratories are housed in an extremely dangerous quadrant of Azazla. We'll not want to wander around inviting trouble, but rather plot the swiftest and safest route to our destination. There should be a terminal somewhere that will allow us to pinpoint the section where Sari's research is being stored. Once we arrive on Azazla, finding such a terminal will be our highest priority. I've informed Captain Wolf of our forthcoming expedition. He insisted that he and his summoner squad provide us with support. Let us make ready and meet them at Helix. Put my gloves back on really quick. I'm taking my compression gloves off to eat. Put them back on. Oh, that feels so much better. Okay, sorry. Let's head off to Helix now. A wild bellspout appears. Poor Nox, I feel like he's missing on ones that he wants tonight. They're back here. But he has fencing on Thursday, or no, he's at work. That's right. It's Wednesday. He's at work. He went into work early. Yumitra, Azazla is even more fantastical than I'd imagined. But we mustn't let ourselves be distracted by the scenery. We should fan out and search for a control panel of some description. Dancing Wolf. And we can use that to plan the simplest route to our objective, yes? Jaja Samu. Aye. Then we plunge ahead, swift and sure, and bring an end to this bastard clone. Yumitra. That is my intention. 'Tis important to note, however, that we have yet to determine if our enemy is truly a clone or not. Even an artificial copy would appear as a living, breathing being. The man you fought on Seal Rock seemed almost otherworldly. Dancing Wolf. I'm inclined to agree with you, Yumitra, but no matter what he is, we need to slay him to lift Prin's seal. The job remains the same. Yumitra. True enough. Then we should first focus on finding that terminal. Willow, if you would, pray search around the base of the Warring Triad statues. Dancing Wolf. Keep your guard up. If Sari knows we're coming, he may have prepared a welcome. Okay. The music for this place, it doesn't seem fitting, and it's like kind of eerie in the way it doesn't fit. I don't know how to explain it. But the whole place is kind of eerie, to be fair. Oh. The flagship. Man, this sucks. Because I highly doubt that this whole mess is what thought would come of his workings. You do not know how to operate the terminal. Okay. Let's see. Here. It is. Let's do them. Accidentally hit caps instead of tab. You think this place is so uggo? Yeah, it is. But like purposefully uggo. I don't know, it's just like very eerie. Sorry. I predicted you would be the first to find me. Unless the summoner would have been slain. Yumitra. Willow! Denise. Sorry's clone! It's here! Sorry. Clone? Ah, you seek to explain my existence. An understandable theory, but I am far more than one of those clumsy creations. You had best abandon this flawed perception, lest it lead you down the path to failure. I shall await you inside, potential. You will pass my test, your true final challenge, or you will die never knowing what I truly am. Dancing Wolf. Thal's teeth! He's drawn again! Yumitra. Did you see that, Willow? The way he vanished? 'Tis akin to the dismissal of a summoned entity. Dojosamu. So you're saying he's some sort of Eddie? One what's wearing Sari's face? But how can he look so solid and, well, alive? With the aid of a computational machine, it would be theoretically possible to reconstruct ether into a near-perfect replica of Sari's corporal form. Crispin. He was summoned using a machine? Prin. Correct. Master Sari's research developed mechanical substitutes for grimoires. In fact, the lieutenant is standing right in front of one. Jaja Samu. This thing, eh? It looks a bit like them tomeliths on Seal Rock, only they was much bigger. Gods, can the butter pop up anywhere there's one of these devices? Yumitra, I think we can now safely assume that this Sari is the product of enhanced summoning magic. But our answer leaves us with yet another question. If Sari is the Eddy, then who is the summoner? Even if the grimoire is replaced by a machine, there must still exist the one who commands it. Jajasamu, we've got to find the master then. If we don't squash the summoner, the bastard will just spring the Sari Eddy back again. Britain, whomever the bastard may be, he or she must be concealed somewhere nearby. An entity will always be summoned within a certain distance of the summoner. Even machine-enhanced techniques cannot circumvent this basic principle. That our antagonist chose not to make an appearance on Seal Rock suggests a reluctance to expose oneself to direct harm. In this location, however, with so many computational devices near to hand, to expect the foe's art will be significantly bolstered. Dancing Wolf. So the Eddy will be even stronger than last time? All the more reason to take down this summoner quickly before we're swamped by an ethereal horror. Yumitra. Well, I've brought a little device that should help. An atherometer I borrowed from my sister, Shola. If I can detect the right currents, it should lead us straight to our hidden enemy. Dancing Wolf. Excellent, Yumitra. That may make all the difference. Right. Let's be about this then. Summoner Squad, take the van and clear the way forward. Get the van! Jajasamu. Aye, we've been waiting for the chance to prove ourselves. Ye just focus on finding the summoner, and we'll sweep aside the dregs. Dancing Wolf. Ready for round 2, Willow? The terminal has provided us with a direct route to the research storage chamber. We're going to rip through this facility and take Sari's clone apart. It is an ethereal entity, Captain Wolf, not a clone, and I must point out that your true objective is the summoner rather than the servant. Right, I knew that. As we planned then, Summoner Squad, front and center, carve Willow a path through. Jajasamu. Aye, Captain. Dancing Wolf. Yumitra, you're in charge of finding whoever's pulling this imposter Sari's strings. Let's go. Ooh. We got a duty. Sorry. Wonderful. You've done well to make it this far. Dancing Wolf. The summoner has to be around here somewhere. Yumitra, use your gadget. I'll buy you some time. Dancing Wolf. We came here to remove the seal you put on Principia. So we ask, and this call can all end peacefully. I'm sorry, Captain. I'm afraid I can't do that. To do so would run contrary to the purpose for which I was created. Surely by now you have come to realize my true nature. Time to hydrate, hydrate, or die straight. Ugh. The water tastes so good. Prin, you are an eddy in the form of my creator, an existence made possible through a fusion of summoning magic and the aetherchemical technology. But while Master Sari was the last of the great summoners of Alad, you are not more than an elaborate imitation, and you are no match for the summoner who stands before you. Sorry. Very good, but your conjecture has missed the mark. What I am is a defense mechanism that is capable of self-enhancement in order to combat ever greater threats. Shall I phrase this in simple terms? In the event that I encounter a presence with greater potential than Sari, I am compelled to harness that potential through main force and compose its ether into a new guardian entity. Dancing Wolf, you mean to kill Willow and make an AD of the Warrior of Light? Sorry. Have we reached an understanding? A peaceable conclusion to this encounter was never forthcoming. Prin, his reasoning has broke down. Your deeds to save countless lives and will continue to do so. How can one justify killing you, mistress, when you embody the very principle for which summoning magic was invented? Dancing Wolf, Yumitra, any luck finding that summoner? Oh my god, that's so goofy. A wild cricketot appears in chat. Yumitra, I just finished tracing the threads. The camouflage is impressive, but I'm still shocked that we missed something of that size. Our true enemy is up there. Wow. That's a big ball. Sorry. How observant of you. You have uncovered Master Summoner Sari's greatest masterpiece, an artificially sentient evocation matrix. Second, sorry. The complexity of my design simply cannot be compared to the primitive principles used in Principia's construction. Third, sorry. Your defeat is inevitable. Principia. Though tough talk for an aging machine whose logic channels have obviously rusted with disuse. Mistress, might you and your companions dispose of this unsightly and unseemly amalgamation of refuse? Well, shit. Did it? What are the sorries first, it seems. And then we drop the 70 node. Potential confirmed as a priority target. Oh, I forgot to turn on my effects. I think Yukara asked last night if I would consider turning on my effects. I'll turn them on after this duty is over. Oh, we got sorries again. One more. Alright, that's all the sorries. Back to the node. Sorry's speech has become stilted. Oh, we got a giant Minotaur thing now. Oh. Got a whole slew of things going on in here. It started all the ads. Just kidding, more ads. Oh shit. Might be just hate it. Like a metal hydra. Man, this is tough. I place these things all the way in the back. Summons coming. Woo. Okay. whole bunch of phantoms. I'm just gonna focus on the summoning node. Because I think the ads are just gonna be never ending. Trying to reanalyze what the system is failing. Oof. I think we did it. And out of your data, G mistress, as I I can't read that fast. Yumitra, a stunning victory, Willow. We've won the day, but Captain Wolf wishes to stay behind and conduct a thorough search. I told him it was still too dangerous to wander around alone, but... Crispin, but the captain is a stubborn man. Not to worry, though. If aught should happen, we'll soon charge off to fight at his side. Denise, Captain Wolf will tell us if he needs us. We should be celebrating here. Does this not mean Prince Seal is now broken? Prin, Mistress's success is indeed something to celebrate. I was not crafted to express emotion, but I do feel a certain rustle of satisfaction in my pages. Jaja Samu, once you've mastered them high and mighty techniques, you'll be stronger than ever. Well, I think I'd rather learn by your example anyway, instead of from some musty scrolls written by some long-dead Allegan summoner. Prin, it is in the hopes of achieving just such an outcome that I awoke from my slumber. The art of summoning is for the living, as my creator was once so fond of declaring. Yumitra, Willow, Prin, let us say our farewells for the moment. Thank you for your aid, everyone. We could not have done this without you. Okay. I'm going to mute for just a second. Okay, sorry about that. I'm kind of, excited to see where this all leads. Time to hydrate. Hydrate or die straight. Yuffie just busted in here to throw Satsuki in here. Alright. Oh! So, update on Nico. He got to come home today. I'll talk about it in between cutscenes. Ymitra, welcome back, Willow. You were only meant to face 3 challenges, and we ended up chasing your prize into heavens themselves. An unexpected development which you handled with exceptional grace, mistress. And now, at long last, I can finally bequeath to you the highest secrets of summoning. Pray step forward. I never think about what glam I'm wearing before I am off doing cutscenes and stuff. I've done all sorts of important cutscenes, even if it's in summer, like I'm in the cutscene in my bikini, because I just don't think about it. Ymitra, what a momentous occasion. The wisdom of the last of Alad's master summoners is yours. Ere you depart to explore your newfound powers, however, Captain Wolf has a report for us. It should explain much of what occurred on Alizla. A wild Abra appears in chat. We gotta catch that. I didn't mean to all caps that, but whoops. Dancing Wolf. Well, I wanted to be sure that machine was truly undone, and after poking around inside it, I discovered a number of soul crystals. According to Principia, they belong to Sari's disciples. Ymitra. The captain also unearthed a tombstone containing undoctored reports of that age. 'Twould seem that following the murder of his students, Sari became increasingly bitter. He began to doubt that the future could be safely entrusted to capricious whims of mortals. Instead, he explored other methods by which new generations might be safeguarded from the threat of primals, and committed himself to aerochemical research. Friend, as you may have surmised, the evocation matrix was the end result of Master Sari's toil. Drawing on its embedded soul crystals and unraveled computation power, this terrible invention was capable of manifesting a veritable host of ethereal avatars. Hey, I caught it! Nice! Dancing Wolf. Once he was satisfied with his work, Sari commanded the machine to attack as civilization's mightiest guardian. And when he killed himself, then he killed himself. His ethereal essence was absorbed, and a formidable Egi was added to his invention's arsenal. So now you know the truth of it. Ymitra, what a price to pay to ensure that the art of summoning survived into the morrow. After failing to protect his disciples, I wonder if he meant to preserve their soul crystals in their stead. Dancing Wolf. Even if that were his intention, he chose the wrong way to achieve it. Dancing Wolf. Friend here is the embodiment of the hopeful ideals of Sari's younger self. The murderous machine of his latter years is the product of frustration and anger and grief. Oof. Deep. Ymitra. But what should we do with the crystals? We cannot risk them falling into the hands of another villain like Tristan. Prin, if you wish, I could swallow the crystals and hold them safe until another era has need of them. My enchantments would ensure that they pass only into the hands of the worthy. Dancing Wolf. Swallow? You mean eat them? Prin. Fear not, Captain. I have no digestive tract of which to speak. And now that I have instructed Mistress in the wisdom of Alad, this task shall be the last I perform ere I return to slumber. Yumitra. Wait, so this is farewell? Prin. Correct. Or mayhap more appropriately, good night. As a familiar, I was not spelled to experience loneliness. I was, however, written with the knowledge that it is best not to draw out a parting of ways with needless sentimentality. Dancing Wolf. No tears for you then, eh, Prin? Prin. Summoning magic was created to combat the threat of the primals. The ideal world is one in which I need never again awaken. Willed the art well, mistress. Dancing Wolf. Off to dreamland, just like that. I suppose Prin's purpose is served, and that's the same as happiness to a familiar. Speaking of serving one's purpose, I think it's time I took my leave. Yumitra. Aye, the task of the morrow beckoned to us all. Let us do what we may, so that Prin might rest peacefully for many years to come. Tried to do a little bit of the physical therapy with Nico. Did it go well? I can now summon Bahamut! It was mostly okay with the flex and extend. Yeah. Alright. This concludes the summoner quest for Final Fantasy XIV Storeblood. In order to untake the next series of quests, you must first meet the following requirements. Final Fantasy XIV Shadowbringers must be registered, and you must have completed the main scenario quest for Shadowbringers. You must have completed the role quest, A Tearful Reunion. Once you have done so, the next summoner quest will be available from Yumitra. Okay. He yipped when you started the bicycle exercise, so you stopped? Yeah. Maybe wait a little bit and then try again. And see if it's just like you know, he's a little stiff, but he didn't actually hurt anything. Does that make sense? Nice. Well, you wanted to do a little more before bed, but you didn't want to hurt him? Yeah.
Hara hara, DB.
Welcome in. Howdy, hey. Quite the entrance. I hope you're doing well. We're talking about Nico. He had surgery yesterday. You have a reputation to uphold, so do I. Uh, he got to finally come home today, and uh, he adds. Oh no, he adds. Where's my space? Ooh, there's of glasses. Flower bed. Okay, back. Uh, he. So he's 12. The vets are surprised that he's that old with how, like, active and everything he is. They said that he is very hyper and that he was already trying to, get up and play. And homie just had major surgery on his leg. And he's like, nah, let's play now. And so it's gonna be difficult for the next several weeks of trying to keep him from hurting himself with being so active. So, yeah. But anyway, you spend a lot of money. Listen, it's really appreciated, but please don't like put yourself in a bad spot. But it really is appreciated. I'm not saying that you necessarily are. I'm just saying, like, I don't want anyone doing that on my behalf. It's not that I don't trust you with your own monies. You're one of those few assholes who doesn't live paycheck to paycheck. Wow. At one point I was there. And then you know how it goes. Uh, Crustader uniform voucher. This sounds cool. I'm digging all of this. Awesome. Honestly. You found an affordable place to live out of pure luck. Time to hydrate. Hydrate or die straight. That's fair. There's a lot of things in my life that it's been like that. Just right place, right time, right people. I love collecting just little minions and shit. They're just so cute. I'm sorry, I have to buy all of these right now, or I will forget. I tried to move last year, but the price of this place is just unbeatable in today's market, and you don't want a roommate. That's fair. That's usually a trade-off that we have to make for these things. Unfortunately. A metal tuning fork that, when struck, emits a low tone which opens a temporary rift in the void, allowing you your personal Ahriman and your personal Ahriman only to pass through onto this plane. That sounds weird. OMG, howdy, hey Rhea, thank you for the raid.
Howdy y'all. Well, ain't that just the sweetest raid ever? Y'all best be ready for this sassy raccoon to trash the place. Hydrate or die straight, ya hear?
How was Resident Evil? By the way, I'm working on my intro still. I'm Willow Birdsong. I am a variety opossum streamer. My pronouns are she, her. I'm an old lady stuck in a male opossum body. Do a lot of 14 and peak, it seems like lately. But I do a whole bunch of things. I even do some IRL streams sometimes. That's usually baking and crafting. And yeah, welcome in. Around here, we're kind of classy, but mostly trashy. You're really enjoying it? Nice. I told you it was zombies. You didn't believe me. I told you it was zombies. You're trashy, DB? That's okay. I mean, literally, the mascot of the channel is Sir Trash, so. You scared Rhea real good earlier. Oh, do tell. Do tell. I want to hear about this. He's being all loud out there. I don't know what the hell's going on. We don't talk about that. We don't talk about Bruno. A commissioned oil painting of realm-renowned agent of inquiry Hildebrand and his faithful assistant Nashu. Original artist unknown. Well, now we have to talk about it, Rhea. I mean, I'm so sorry, Oshi. But this is really interesting to me, but I don't know what that means. What does it mean, Basil? I tried to do it. Oh, you were trying to get Trico out of the cat box. What a bad boy. Magitech Deathclaw identification key. A thin rectangular piece of what appears to be cermet. Placing it near your Magitech Deathclaw will magically bring the machine to life. I don't think I have a Magitech Death Claw machine, though. I have 6 coins left. I think that just is... I had to did it. I'm so sorry. Now time to summon all my shit. Oh. If you use a barding, does that, like, automatically change your chocobo's barding? Because I don't necessarily want to change her barding right. We did all my little minions. I swear. If you use it, you don't think it auto-equips? Okay. You have unlocked basewear. These purely decorative accessories can be worn in addition to headgear. Review your collection by selecting character from the main menu followed by basewear. From this window, you can choose different styles and colors and devices perfect for your character. 81% on the fountain, let's go! Yeah. So my dog just had surgery yesterday, and the GoFundMe for his surgery is linked above. It's my birthday month. I'm trying to stream every day this month, and yeah, all of the birthday, if you want to do anything for my birthday, donating to his surgery would be, his surgery costs would be greatly appreciated, but only if you're able to. But yeah, his surgery went really well. He got to come home today. He was very hyper at the vet, apparently. And so it seems like our troubles are going to be trying to keep him calm enough to not accidentally, like, hurt himself with his hyperness, because he needs to rest. Thank you for the giant cheer, by the way. Cridere, I almost said your name wrong. I'm so sorry. Cridere. But yeah, so they think he's gonna make a full recovery. He goes back in 2 weeks for his checkup. He has little doggy physical therapy exercises he has to do every day. And he still has meds he has to take as well, and he can't take the cone off for 3 weeks. And he's not allowed to get up on the furniture, because if he gets up or down off the furniture, he risks hurting himself, and he's not obviously not allowed to play fetch right now, even though that's his favorite thing in the world, but that's what got him into this mess. Was just playing too much fetch. But yeah, they're really surprised that he's 12 because he's in such good shape. So that was very nice to hear. Because he's a little gremlin. But they shaved his entire leg. He tore his little doggy ACL. And they shaved his entire leg, so he's got a chicken leg. Yeah. Yeah, Rhea Stella raid. Whoop whoop. Thank you, Oshi. You're only late by a lot. Staller. Oh, shit. I didn't even catch that. No stalling here. Huh. Huh. Looks like there's about to be a fight. Anyway. Thank you for shouting out, Yuffie. I still need to do that thing I keep saying that I'm gonna do, and then I never do it. I'm like, should I do it? How's the streamathon been? It's been good. Oh, it's another mount. Feeling kind of low energy, though. There's like storms moving through and stuff, and I'm just in a lot of pain, so just kind of low key tonight. I finished the summoner job quest line for Stormblood, where I'm caught up to Stormblood. I don't know. That's the expansion I'm in right now. But yeah, so I just finished those job quests. And yeah, I'm debating on if I want to meld material before Mudamix. Just feeling, you know, vibes tonight. I'm also happy that I got my Pando to be like somewhat cuter. I don't know. I'm so lost. I feel like I'm being really dumb right now. I'm so sorry. Alright. How's your week been? I had to have Yuffie bring me new clothes. You're so silly. No blurp sound. No blurp sound. That's unacceptable. See. Ah. Maybe it was robbed. I'm trying to fix it. Okay. We did all touch it. Oh my goodness. Alright, hold on. I hope this is the one you wanted.
Bankai. 加点胸骨、唐松真珠。
Is that the one you wanted? Okay. Whew. There you go, DB. You taught him. All yours. I'm so happy that I figured out a way to get you your blurb. I'm so sorry about that. Y'all are so cute. Oh my goodness. Alright. Sorry about that detour. Okay. I'm sorry. If there's a wild Bulbasaur and we don't let you catch it, you're gonna cry. Don't fuck with me. I will cry. Okay. I have to remember what the fuck I was doing with this. I wasn't in Discord last night when you showed your Bulbasaur collection. I'm sorry. Okay. Yeah, you be picking Bulbasaur as your starter. Let's see here. empty. Meld. Completely forgot. Hmm. Yuffie, how do I meld? Probably the Game Boy Advance or DS version. Okay. Why would they make a stupid RNG puzzle when you have to hit 2 switches in the right order in trash cans? Because Pokemon. It's stupid and makes me angry. It has to be level 70 though. I don't know what to do. There's a Pokemon card called Erica's Bulbasaur And DB wants it so bad. He went here. Did you work from home tomorrow? I think you should too. I'm so confused. It wants me to be level 70 to do anything. So how am I supposed to meld in front of this kid? I'm feeling so dumb right now. I need to have higher level gear, like... My gear is like 10 levels lower than me? I don't know. Yeah. Okay, I take it. That means I have to find a... What'd you do it? A marker board, huh? Let's throw Jamba. Shit, I forgot they don't have a market board there. I was like, oh, we can go Jamba and then also, like, hit up the market board. I had this issue, like, just this week already. The open tournament? And let's do it. I'll have to do... Oh, it's a triple... I'd have to do a market board since I'm not at a city with that's like high enough level in the story. That's okay. Come on, jaw number 5581 in the mini jackpot here. Let's go. Wish me luck. Hmm. I know. Probably not gonna be a good one. It's better than I thought. Time to hydrate, or that's straight. Luck! Never? What? Never die straight. That's right. Let's throw it in. Imagine being straight. I know, right? That's scary. Let's read. Oh shit! It was correct! Yeah! Woohoo! I don't know. I might call it quits here and go to bed. I'm like really tired. Oh, I'm really tired and in a lot of pain, honestly. And we finished the job quest for Summoner, which Summoner is my main. We have a wild Finizen in chat. Okay. I'll switch to ending soon. Thank you so much, everyone, for stopping by. Thank you for the raid, Oshi. I greatly appreciate it. I'm gonna raid us out to someone. If anyone has a suggestion, I'm willing to hear it out. If not, I'm gonna look through my people I have up right now. And yeah. Tomorrow is Sister Collab Thursday. Thank you for coming by. Tomorrow's Sister Collab Thursday. Yuffie is going to be playing some more Last of Us, and I'm going to be commentating on it. Congrats on catching the Finizen, DB and Youth. But yeah, Yuffie's going to be playing for us, and I'm going to be commenting the whole time. And then Friday, I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure yet. I might play something with Nox on stream. We'll see. And then I think Saturday is when I'm gonna make the terrible fanfic reading stream. We completed that goal today. And yeah, other Nox. My Nox. Nox Suggester. Although I totally wouldn't mind collabing with Nox 14 sometime. But yeah. And on my birthday, which is the 21st, I am going to have a peak community day. It's going to be from 10 a.m. Central Time to 4 p.m. So if you are... Yeah, I'm an Aries. So if you want to stop by and play some peak, we'll be having a lot of fun. I think that's the only like solid plans I have right now. So now you're as caught up as I am in my own head. But I think I'm gonna, since there's no suggestions, I'm gonna send us to Johnny Smith Apple. He is also playing 14 right now. I'm not exactly sure where he is. Howdy, hey, Kara. Sorry that you're coming at the end. We got the fanfic reading completed, so I'm going to be doing that Saturday. But here's my raid message. You want to copy pasta that in Johnny Smith Apple's chat. No pressure. And please stay safe out there. Take care of yourselves, which means eating, hydrating, taking your meds and going to bed at a decent time. And I will see you all tomorrow for some more Last of Us with Yuffie. Let's just say hi to Johnny Apple. Stay trashy.